Welcome to The Good Ride. I'm James Beastie, and I've got lots of tissues for your gear issues. Today, I'm talking about the new-ish Cardiff Crane Enduro. This is a 156. I got this in a decent amount of conditions for late spring when they could send me these boards. A little powder, some good groomers, and then got some varied spring snow. I rode this with Union Atlas, Union Force, Ride Deadbolts, and Battalion Acid Boa boots. So let's talk dating app here. Some things that might make you want to swipe right. It's got an easy pop to it. It feels a little bit on the light side. It's great for riding switch, but it has some setback on board for a powder day. It's got very good grip, and it has a fast base. It's a very versatile one board quiver ride. Now, some things that might make you want to swipe left. This new Enduro construction isn't as damp as it used to be. To talk sizing, this 56 fits me really well. You would think a 26 waist width with a size 9 boot wouldn't work, but if you look at the nose and tail, it's only 29.5 centimeters, where other all mountain boards like this with a 26 centimeter waist are usually a good bit wider in the nose and tail. Maybe that's why it works so well for me. Maybe there's something else going on, but I like it. This matches pretty well with my weight. The 58 does a little better, but I like the control and the turn initiation better with the 56, and I don't feel like I'm compromising too much in terms of weight to get that control. So when it comes to shape, it went from being almost a directional twin with a slight bit of taper to a full-on directional twin. Obviously the nose is longer than the tail, but it feels very centered. So when it comes to camber profile, this is 65% camber between the feet, then going to a little bit of early rise before the nose and tail. It also isn't a lot of camber, as you can see here, so it doesn't feel full-on technical. Intermediates, advanced, and expert riders could easily ride this. Even a beginner that's committed and wants to progress quickly, that might be willing to take a lump or two, could go with this. I love how stable this feels. I love how it one foot's off the chair. I love how it flat bases down a long flat cat track. It has a very stable feel between the feet that works in all conditions. When it comes to edge hold, you have to look carefully, but there is a little disruption throughout the side cut placed where the camber ends, so it really grabs when you need it to and doesn't grab when you don't. I compared this against a lot of other disrupted side cuts. Even the Yes Basic on Ink with a very aggressive side cut between the bindings here that grips really well and hard to icy snow. This was almost there with that. It's a very competent gripper. Let's talk Cardiff Crane Flex. You can see it's got a medium-ish flex. It's a little more stiff between the feet, a good bit softer in the tail area where the early rise starts, and a similar flex in the nose. It might be a touch softer, but it feels like it's just longer, so it's flexing easier. There's pretty good pop, and it's pretty easy to ollie and very easy to butter in the nose and tail. When you take this easy popping, easy buttering, flex personality into uneven snow, I liked the older version better there. They had a different top sheet. The old one had layers of lacquer over it, which dampened up the ride, but also hindered the pop a little bit. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. I wasn't sure if I'd like this new construction, and I think it's right on the border of being too chattery. I wouldn't like to see them go any further in terms of light poppy construction. It can get a little bucky, a little bouncy, but it doesn't get cranky and fatiguing. So when it comes to speed, this can straight line okay. It's not bad at all for an all mountain board. You can go to the GOAT from here. It has a side cut that is much more straight line friendly, but I was impressed as to how well this could handle a straight line without chattering too much and not wanting to fight you going straight. When it comes to base glide, it's super fast, super glidey. I love black bases. They're easy to repair. There's only a little die cut in the top here. And yes, this base has been ridden a lot and not re-waxed, but when I got it, it was perfect. I love that it doesn't have a lot of structure, so it works really well when conditions are good. If you see a lot of wet, slushy spring snow, might not be the best, but in everything else, it's gonna be exceptional. When it comes to turning, it doesn't feel like a 26 centimeter waist. It feels like a board that works well with my size 9 feet. It was medium quick for me. If you were, let's say, a 10 and a half, this will be quick for you instead of just medium quick. And when I got it on edge, I thought the 7.4 meter side cut radius would be much more turny, but it turns out to be pretty balanced. There's good pop and spring out of the turn with this mellower camber. I think it punches above its camber height. When it comes to powder float, this is good for an all mountain board, but definitely a step behind most freeride boards. But as far as all mountain boards go, even compared to my Yes Standard on Ink one day, I thought this hung in there really well. And if you set it all the way back on board with a full size disc, so here and here, you can get 2.375 inches back from center of board with a 22-inch stance width. It gives you pretty good directional float and gives you a little taste of what it's like to have a free ride board. Ride and switch with this is easy. It feels really good. It's not quite true twin switch capabilities, but it's close. This is a fun board for hitting kickers. It tracks well into a kicker and lands well. I think you can go pretty big with this. Not a bad pipe board. And overall, I'm really impressed with the crane. If you want a little more directional ride, but you still want that centered mountain freestyle feel, you like going straight more, the Goat's gonna be a better option for you. Or if you want to step it up in terms of dampness and pop, you can go Cardiff Crane Pro Carbon. They only make it in a 58 and a 62. I wish they made a 56. I tried the Crane in a 58, and it's not your typical Pro Carbon type of board. The thing's just a freight train. I felt often like it was riding me instead of me riding it. If you want something a little more mellow, a little more turny, a little more floaty, but with a slower base, the Lynx could work too. But this year, this crane really appealed to me. I compared it against a lot of all mountain boards, like the Yes Basic on Ink, my Yes Standard, the Capita Black Snowboard of Death, and many other boards out there, and it really surprised me at how well it did everywhere. It didn't blow me away in any one particular thing, but it never shat the bed, and that's the best thing you can hope for with an all mountain board, and I'm gonna be recommending this board a lot this year. So there you have it.